Criukshank. I'm the CEO here at Trinity Hospital of Augusta, and on behalf of the Georgia Alliance for Tobacco Prevention, I'd like to share a few words with you. This is a very, very difficult time in the state of Georgia as far as our deficit that we're dealing with. Atlanta's having some really tough times, having to deal with some hard issues. I know we've have seen that, seen some of the issues they've been dealing with, and some of the kind of the fallout. We had the students yesterday at colleges and higher education dealing with some of the budget cuts. The hospitals themselves, providers, healthcare providers throughout the state of Georgia have been dealing with these budget deficits through the proposed use of provider fees or Medicaid cuts. We're talking about a 1.6% provider fee on Medicaid, on net revenue that hospitals generate, and the alternative to that would be a 16% cut in Medicaid for all providers, all healthcare providers. Now, we've heard from the state, from the governor, give us some alternatives, and I think we've come up with some good alternatives. One in particular that we'd like to share with the governor, and I know we have shared in the past, is the possibility of a tobacco tax. We've got close to, according to the numbers I've heard, about a $1 billion deficit that we're trying to make up. And something like a tobacco tax, we could quickly make up $360 million of that deficit. And when you think about it, it just makes sense. It makes sense to basically tax something that basically leads to drains on our healthcare reimbursement dollars. You're talking about $1.8 million in healthcare costs per year. $1.8 billion in healthcare costs related to smoking habits. To me, eliminate that. You're not spending as many dollars on Medicaid or other healthcare insurance reimbursement, Medicare, what have you. I think all the insurance companies could buy into that proposition. When you look at it from just a general welfare, good of the welfare of the residents of the state of Georgia, we're talking about approximately 79,000 kids that hopefully we may deter by increasing a smoking tax or providing an increased smoking or tobacco tax here in the state of Georgia. And we're talking about $1 a pack. That's the proposal. And when you look at that, it sounds like a lot of money. When you look at the rest of the country, we're at number 47 in the state. We're one of the lowest. There's only two other states in the United States that are lower than us right now. Our neighbors to the east, South Carolina, is currently lower, but they're also looking at increasing the tobacco tax. So when you say, well, gosh, that's a lot of money, we really need to think about something else, it really does, when you look at the big picture, we're really not talking about a big increase. And again, when you look at the benefits, it's a win-win for everyone. Healthcare is better. Everybody's health is better. We're really looking at providing a tax to discourage folks from participating in an unhealthy type of activity, which at the end of the day will result in a benefit for everybody involved. Providers, the doctors, the community, what have you. You started talking about other cuts as far as provider fees, cuts in higher education, whatever. That's going to have ripple effects on the economy. Big time ripple effects. You start talking, we're going to have to, providers, the hospitals, practitioners, we got to make those money up somewhere else. You hear about cost shifting. We're going to have to shift those dollars over to the insurance companies that do reimburse in order to make those dollars, as well as doctors. To me, that's not good for the economy. That's just going to pull more money or reduce the amount of income that the state can look forward to come out of this budget deficit. So let's look at the bigger picture, what really makes sense. And they've been talking about winners and losers over in Atlanta with this whole provider fee or Medicaid cuts. There's no winners and losers, there's losers. You look at tobacco tax, everyone's a winner. Everyone's a winner. I'll stop my